English podcast.
From Learn English with Joy.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Joy. I'm Chris, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
Hi friends, I'm Emily, and whether you're out for a walk, cooking dinner, or just chilling with a cup of tea, we're so glad you're tuning in. This is your space to learn English in a fun, natural, and stress-free way.
Exactly. And today's topic is one that so many English learners struggle with, maybe even you. Let me tell you what happened to me a few years ago. It's funny now, but back then, total panic.
Oh no, this sounds like it's going to be good.
So, I was in a small grocery store in Spain. All I needed was shampoo. Easy, right? I asked the lady at the counter, in my very broken Spanish, and she smiled and responded with a super long sentence. I understood maybe 2 words.
Let me guess. You froze?
Completely. I nodded, smiled, said "sí," and walked out with a huge bottle of conditioner instead. Not shampoo, not even close.
Oh, Chris, that's classic. But also such a great example of what we're talking about today.
That's right. Today's topic is how to speak English, even if you don't understand everything.
Because the truth is, you don't need to understand every word to join a conversation. You don't need to be perfect to speak. You just need the courage to try, and some smart strategies.
So if you've ever frozen in the middle of a sentence or panicked when someone spoke too fast, this episode is for you.
We've got your back, and we'll walk you through it, step by step. Let's do this.
So if you've ever frozen in the middle of a sentence or panicked when someone spoke too fast, this episode is for you. All right, let's start by asking the big question. Why does this happen? Why do so many English learners feel like they need to understand every single word before they dare to speak?
Great question. And honestly, it's more common than people think. I hear it from students all the time. I'll speak when I understand more. But here's the truth. Waiting for perfect understanding often means never speaking at all.
Exactly. And there are 3 big reasons behind this mindset. First, and probably the biggest one, is the fear of making mistakes. Oh yes, that fear can be so powerful. Totally. When you're afraid of saying something wrong, your brain hits the brakes. You hesitate, you overthink, and boom, the moment to speak is gone.
And then you feel frustrated, right? Like, why didn't I just say something? But the truth is, mistakes are part of the process. Nobody speaks perfectly, not even native speakers.
That's right. I mean, when I was living in Germany, I understood maybe 60% of what people were saying in the beginning, sometimes less. But I had to respond, to ask for directions, to order food, to make friends. I couldn't wait to understand everything.
And you survived, right?
Barely. But yes. And I learned so much because I kept talking, even when it wasn't perfect.
That brings us to the second reason learners hesitate, the habit of translating everything in their head.
Oh yes, I used to do that too. I would hear something in English, translate it into my native language, think of my answer, then try to translate it back into English. And by the time I was ready to speak, the conversation had already moved on.
Exactly. That habit slows you down, and it's exhausting. Plus, languages don't always match word for word, so translating can actually create confusion.
Totally. That's why learning to think directly in English, even in short, simple phrases, makes speaking much easier.
And finally, the third reason, the belief that I'm not good enough yet. You know, that voice in your head that says, I need more vocabulary, better grammar, then I'll speak.
Yes, that voice is so sneaky. It makes you feel like you're never ready, even when you already know enough to start a conversation.
Honestly, that mindset is like waiting for perfect weather to go outside. But perfect weather may never come. And while you're waiting, you're missing all the chances to grow.
That's such a great analogy. I love that. Waiting for perfection is actually what stops progress.
So if any of these sound familiar, fear of mistakes, translating too much, or waiting to feel ready, just know we hear you. We've been there too.
And the good news is, there's a way forward. You can learn to speak with confidence even if you don't understand everything. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next.
Let's break it down, together.
First up, focus on the main idea. You don't need to understand every sentence. You just need to catch the important parts.
Yes, so many learners try to understand every single word, but that's exhausting. And honestly, it's not necessary.
Exactly. Instead, try to catch the keywords, those small but powerful words that give you the big picture.
There are 3 types of keywords to listen for. First, time words like yesterday, last weekend, next week, tonight. They help you understand when something happened. Second, action verbs like go, eat, watch, work. These tell you what the person is doing or did. And third, emotion words like tired, excited, sad, fun. These show you how they feel about the situation.
Let's try it in action. Imagine someone says, A. So yesterday I went to the beach with my cousin. We played volleyball, watched the sunset, then got stuck in traffic for 2 hours.
That's a lot of information. But let's catch the idea. Yesterday, went, beach, volleyball, traffic.
Boom. That's enough to respond with, wow, sounds like a long but fun day.
See? You didn't need to understand every detail. You just focused on the main message.
So don't panic if you miss a word or two. The big picture is enough to stay in the conversation. And that's what matters most.
Now, let's talk about another powerful tool, context clues. This means using the situation, body language, and tone to figure out what someone means, even if you don't know all the words.
Yes, this reminds me of something that happened to me in Italy. I had a sore throat. It was awful. I went to a pharmacy, but I didn't know the Italian word for throat lozenge or even cough drop.
Oh no. What did you do?
I pointed to my throat, made a face, and spoke in a scratchy voice like this. Medicine? The pharmacist immediately nodded, smiled, and gave me what I needed.
That's perfect. You didn't need the exact word. The context made it clear.
Exactly. And here's another tip. Tone helps a lot too. For example, if someone's voice goes up at the end of a sentence, it's probably a question. If it's low and slow, they might be tired or annoyed.
Here's a fun example. Imagine someone says, I can't believe she said that. But they say it loudly, with wide eyes, raised eyebrows, and even slam their hand on the table.
Oh, you can feel the drama, even if you don't know who she is. You know something big just happened.
So don't just listen with your ears, use your eyes too. Facial expressions, hand gestures, and tone of voice give you so many clues.
Absolutely. Context is like a secret helper. Always there if you pay attention.
Now here's another strategy we absolutely love. Keep your response simple. Many learners think they have to sound super smart. But guess what? Simple is better.
Totally. You don't need to use big, complicated words to sound intelligent. You just need to show you're engaged and listening.
Right. Let's compare these 2 responses. First one. I completely understand your perspective and agree wholeheartedly with your statement. Sounds impressive, but kind of heavy, right?
Now let's try this instead. Yeah, I agree.
So much easier, and honestly, it works just as well.
Let's do a quick mini conversation. A. It was an incredible documentary exploring human migration patterns over the past 2 centuries. B. Oh, sounds really interesting.
Boom. That's enough. You don't have to comment on every detail. A short, natural reaction keeps the conversation moving.
Exactly. And when you're relaxed, your English flows more easily. You're not stuck trying to find fancy words. You're just responding like a real person.
And that builds confidence. When you feel free to speak simply, you speak more often. And that's how fluency grows.
So next time you want to say something, don't stress about sounding perfect. Just say it clearly. and say it your way.
Because clarity is better than complexity.
And now, let's talk about another powerful way to stay in the conversation, even when you don't understand everything.
Yes, let's talk about asking smart questions. And here's the good news. It's totally okay to ask. In fact, it's a great strategy.
Absolutely. A lot of learners are afraid to interrupt or ask for clarification. But in real life, people appreciate it when you ask. It shows you care.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to say things like, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again? Or, do you mean? Or even, sorry, did you say Monday or morning?
Let's try this in action. I'm going to say something a little complex. Ready? So we're planning to consolidate the two campaigns under the Q3 umbrella and restructure the timeline accordingly.
Whoa, slow down there, business boss. Okay, here's a smart response. Oh, do you mean you're starting a new project this month?
Exactly. That's a rescue move. You took a long, confusing sentence and turned it into something clear.
And that's the power of asking questions. You don't have to guess or pretend to understand, just ask. It helps you and the person you're talking to.
And remember, asking is not a weakness. It's communication. It means you're engaged, curious, and confident.
So the next time you feel lost in a conversation, don't freeze. Just ask. It keeps the connection going, and it helps you grow.
Great questions equals great conversations.
And speaking of conversations, let's talk about something that can completely change the way you understand people, even if you don't catch every word.
Yes. Let's talk about active listening. Active listening means focusing on the message, not every single syllable.
Exactly. You're not just waiting for your turn to speak, you're truly present in the moment. You're trying to understand what the other person really means.
There are a few things you can do to practice this. First, show with your body that you're listening. Nod your head, smile, or react naturally to what the speaker is saying.
Second, use phrases like, so you mean, oh, I see. That makes sense.
Third, stay off your phone. Seriously, no scrolling, no multitasking. Just give the other person your full attention.
Here's a quick example. A. I didn't like that movie. It was too slow and the ending made no sense. B. Ah, so you didn't enjoy the story much?
Perfect paraphrase. You just showed empathy and understanding, without repeating every word.
And when people feel heard, they open up more. You connect more deeply, and guess what? You understand them better too.
That's the magic of active listening. More focus equals better comprehension equals better conversations.
So next time you're listening, don't just hear, listen with intention.
Now let's talk about something that holds so many learners back, and that is waiting.
Yes. So many people say things like, I'll start speaking when I'm more fluent, or let me learn a few more grammar rules first.
But here's the thing. Fluency doesn't come before speaking. It comes from speaking.
Exactly. Speaking is not the result of perfection. It's the path to it.
There's actually a study from Cambridge University Press that shows this really clearly. Learners who start speaking early, even when they make mistakes, build confidence faster and improve more steadily than those who wait.
That makes perfect sense. The more you speak, the more natural it feels. You're not just learning English in your head, you're living it, using it, and growing with it.
You know, I used to be one of those wait until it's perfect learners. I was so scared of grammar, I thought if I said the wrong tense or forgot an article, people would judge me.
Oh, I've been there too.
But then I started listening more carefully to native speakers, and guess what? They make mistakes all the time. They say things like, he don't know, or mix up tenses, and the world doesn't end.
Yes, communication is messy, and that's okay. It's not about being perfect, it's about being understood.
The moment I stopped chasing perfect English and just started using the English I did know, that's when everything changed.
So if you're waiting for a magical day when your English will suddenly be perfect, stop waiting.
Because that day doesn't exist. But you can choose to speak today, right now, with the English you already have.
And each time you speak, you get stronger, braver, and better. Step by step.
Exactly. Mistakes aren't blocks on the path. They are the path.
So let's repeat this together, friends. Fluency grows from trying, not waiting.
Say it again. Louder this time.
Fluency grows from trying, not waiting.
There you go. Keep speaking and trust the process.
So let's take a breath and remember everything we've learned today.
First, focus on the main idea. You don't need every word, just catch the big picture.
Second, use context clues. Look at tone, facial expressions, and body language to help you understand.
Third, respond simply. Short, clear replies are more powerful than long, complicated ones.
Fourth, ask smart questions. Don't be afraid to say, "Could you repeat that?" Or, "Do you mean?" That's real communication.
And finally, practice active listening. Don't just hear, listen with attention, empathy, and curiosity.
If you remember just these 5 things, you'll feel more confident in every English conversation.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present and willing to speak.
Because the truth is, you can speak. You already have the words. Now use them.
Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just take the next small step. Say one sentence. Ask one question. That's how it begins.
And now, we'd love to hear from you. What helps you speak English, even when you don't understand everything?
Leave us a comment, send us a message, or share this episode with a friend who needs encouragement.
And don't forget, today's key points and vocabulary.
Keep going, keep growing, and above all, keep speaking.
You've got this.
Now, before we wrap up today's episode, how about a little vocabulary review?
Yes. Let's do it. We'll say a word, give you a chance to remember what it means, and then we'll explain it, with a fun example too.
Sound good? Let's begin.
Fluency means speaking a language smoothly and without too much stopping. Example: he spoke with fluency during the job interview and impressed everyone. And remember, fluency doesn't mean no mistakes. It just means your words flow.
Context is the situation or background that helps you understand the meaning of words. Example: I didn't know what farewell meant, but from the context, I knew it meant goodbye. Context is your secret translator.
A gesture is a movement of your hands or body that helps you communicate. Example: he made a gesture to show he wanted the bill. He pointed at the check. Gestures help a lot when words fail.
Tone is how your voice sounds: happy, angry, excited, bored. Example: she said fine, but her tone sounded upset. So pay attention. Tone often speaks louder than words.
Confidence means believing in yourself and your ability to do something. Example: speaking English in class gave her more confidence over time. Confidence grows with practice, not perfection.
To clarify means to make something clear or easier to understand. Example: I asked him to clarify what he meant by busy. Did he mean stressed or just fully booked? Great question equals great clarification.
Active listening means really focusing on what someone says, not just hearing the sounds. Example: she showed active listening by nodding and repeating what I said. It's the difference between hearing and connecting.
The main idea is the most important point someone is trying to say. Example: I didn't catch every detail, but the main idea was that she enjoyed the trip. Don't get lost in every word. Focus on the message.
To respond means to answer or reply to someone. Example: when I told him the news, he smiled and responded, "That's great." Even a simple "wow" is a response, and it keeps the conversation alive.
To repeat means to say something again. Example: I didn't hear him clearly, so I asked, "Can you repeat that?" Repeating is not a failure. It's a powerful tool for clarity. Let's do a quick check. Can you remember what gesture means?
Or how about context? What is it again?
That's right. It's all about the situation around the words.
If you got even a few of those right, great job. You're building your vocabulary, one word at a time.
And if you need to review, just hit replay or check the free PDF we've made for you. You'll find all 10 words from today's episode, with definitions, examples, and space to add your own.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and don't forget to share this episode with a friend who's also learning English.
Before we say goodbye, we just want to remind you, learning English is not about being perfect. It's about showing up every day, even when it feels hard.
Yes, don't wait until you know all the grammar rules or every big word. Just open your mouth and say something, even if it's small.
That's right. Progress comes from practice, not perfection. You're building something, one sentence, one mistake, one brave moment at a time.
There's a quote I love from Brené Brown. She said, "Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen."
I love that. And in language learning, that's exactly what you're doing. Showing up, letting your voice be heard, even if it's not perfect yet.
So if you spoke English today, even just a little, be proud of yourself. You're doing the work. And if you didn't, why not say one sentence now? Just one. Maybe. I am learning English, and I'm not afraid to try.
That's a great one. Or even, hello, how are you? It doesn't have to be complicated. What matters is that you speak.
Exactly. Speak with heart, speak with courage, and speak again tomorrow.
We believe in you. Keep going and keep enjoying the journey.
Thanks for spending your time with us. We'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, speak something today, just one sentence.
You've got this.